Hi everyone. Alright, so in this video I am going to be sharing some lace wig tips with you guys. Now, a lot of us purchase wigs online. We don't have the luxury of our own personal wig maker who would come in, measure our head, make sure that the wig fits perfectly, make sure that the silk is perfect, make sure that the lace is perfect. We don't have that luxury. So oftentimes you receive your wig in the mail and you love the wig and everything is perfect except for this one little thing. So in this video, I'm just basically going to be sharing with you some techniques that I have used to fix little problems that you may encounter with your wig. Alright, when I purchased this wig, and this is a silk top, when I purchased this wig, the silk was way too light. It was white, and there's two options that you could employ to fix this problem. The first one, which is the preferred option for me, is to use fabric dye. You can use any fabric dye. The one that I prefer to use is wigs fabric dye, and I use it in a tan. What you would do is just find a shade that is as close to your complexion as possible. You can try tan. I think there's cocoa. I think there's taupe. Anyways, just get the color that matches your complexion the closest, and just dye the silk with that color, and you should be fine. The second option, which is what I actually did with this wig, and that option is to stain the silk with some coffee or tea. Now, all you would do is just make black coffee, take the silk, put it in there for like 5-10 minutes, bring it out, and then blow dry. Blow drying any fabric that's stained, if you put it in the dryer actually sets the stain. So that's basically what we're trying to accomplish here. So you just take the silk and then you use your hair dryer and just blow dry the silk, and that sets the coffee stain. I find that when I use coffee, it darkens the silk, but it doesn't make it a perfect match. I find that I still have to use foundation or mineral powder to get the silk to match my complexion perfectly. Alright, now this is a problem because I'm not aware of any way to lighten silk. If you are purchasing a wig and you're not sure what your color is, I will suggest that you go with a color that is lighter. So if you're not sure, just go with a light brown silk, and that way you can just dye it to whatever color you want. Okay, now what you do is just use a fabric dye pen. I think Ritz has one. I think Fabric Made has one as well. I will put them in the description box. Now, what you do is you just take your wig, turn it inside out, and use the dye pen to just color across the lace, and that will darken it. Okay, again, I'm not aware of any solution to this. I will suggest that you err on the side of caution. If you're not sure what color lace matches your skin, I will recommend that you get something that's lighter, and then just go ahead, get like a fabric pen and darken it. Alright, now the approach that you will take will depend on how tangled your wig is. For me, when I find that my wig is getting a little bit tangly or it's getting big and poofy, I just condition it. Like, I wash and I condition it, and that usually fixes the problem. However, if I find that my wig isn't really responding to conditioner as it should, then I do a treatment with silicone mix. This is the one I use. So I actually use silicone mix on my wigs probably like every 6 months, or once I find that my wigs are getting really dry and crunchy, Then I do a treatment with silicone mix, and it just kind of takes them back to what they originally were when I first got them. And so yeah, so that is what I would recommend. Now, if you are having a case of extreme tangling and matting, then what you might want to do is you might want to do a bleach bath, and I will put a link to a video on how to bleach bath your wigs in the description box. I pretty much have this problem with every single stock wig that I purchase. I don't like wigs that are too dense. Every time I purchase I make a custom order, I order a light density. The wig that I have on right now is a light density. I feel like it's easier to manage. I feel like it looks more natural. It's less likely to tangle because you don't have as much hair. And yeah, I just prefer it. Anyways, so with a wig that is too dense, what you could do is you could use thinning shears, and these are the ones that I use. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a thin piece of hair like that. Take the shears and you're going to put it as close to the roots as possible, and then you cut. And just keep doing that until you get the density that you want. Alright, so you purchased a light yaki. A light yaki texture is it's kind of like a black hair, like relaxed hair texture. It's got those micro kinks in them. Anyway, so you purchase a wig like that and you decide, I want it straight, I want it silky. Here's what you do. Get some dye remover. You can get Wix dye remover, and you mix the solution as described in the instructions. You take your wig and you put your wig in the solution. So you're just going to put your wig in, out, in, out. As you're doing this, keep checking the texture of your wig, and once you get to the degree of silkiness that you want, you stop. I found that a lot of vendors darken their wigs with fabric dye. So if you have a wig that you purchased perhaps from a Chinese vendor or from an American vendor who purchased from a Chinese vendor, a lot of Chinese vendors use fabric dye to dye wigs. I'm not sure why, but they do. So if you are trying to lift the color, then you can lift the color by using fabric dye remover. Now the problem with that is if your wig is a light yaki and you are trying to lift the color, in the process of lifting the color, you may actually lose some of the yaki texture, if not all the yaki textures. Thank you guys so much for watching. Those are my tips. I hope they're helpful. If you have any additional tips or if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section or you can send me a message. Yes, I will see you guys next time.